أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي ونسلم على رسوله الكريم أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها الإنسان ما غرك بربك الكريم الذي خلقك فسواك فعدلك في أي سورة ما شاء ركبك صدق الله العظيم وصدق رسوله النبي الكريم. Whichever human being comes into this world, he passes through 4 stages in his life. The first stage is the life of the mother's womb, where the body and the body features are made. That is the first stage in a person's life, the mother's womb. The second stage in a person's life is this worldly life which we are living. The third stage in a person's life is the life of the grave. And the fourth stage in a person's life is the life of the hereafter, what we call Qayamat, life of the Qayamat. So these are the 4 stages in a person's life. The first one, the mother's womb, where he usually stays for 9 months, and where his body is made, all the limbs are made. So in whatever way Allah Ta'ala has made us in the mother's womb, we come out like that. Allah Ta'ala says, فِي أَيِّ سُورَةٍ مَا شَاءَ رَكَّبَكَ. In whatever shape we wanted to make you, we made you like that. So if a person in a mother's womb is blind, then he cannot acquire eyes in this world. If somebody comes out from mother's stomach dumb, he cannot speak, then he will not be able to speak in this world. Somebody comes out deaf, then he will not be able to listen. Somebody comes out disabled, without feet, without legs. So our body is made in the mother's womb. And in whatever way Allah makes us, we come out like that. Usually Allah creates most of the people in a perfect form. We can see, alhamdulillah, from head till toe, all our body parts are perfect and correct. The eyes in the place, ears in the place, the mouth, the hands and feet. But Allah creates some people with disabilities. So these people are a reminder for us. These people are to remind us of the ni'mat of Allah Ta'ala. Those people we see blind, they're not to laugh upon, but therefore a lesson for us. Allah Ta'ala could have created like that, but Allah created with the eyes. So now, how are we using the eyes? Same with the ears, same with the tongue, same with the hands and feet. So if a person is blind, he is deprived of the benefit of the eyes. But with it, he is saved from the evils of the eyes. Person with the eyes, he abuses the eyes, he misuses the eyes. Then the person who is blind is better than him, well off, because he will not have to account for his eyes. He could not see anything. And this person who had eyes, who could see, and he misused the eyes, he abused the eyes, he will have to account for it, he will have to answer for it. It applies in everything. So if anybody is created disabled in any form, he will not be asked, why were you blind? Why were you deaf? Why were you dumb? He won't be asked that question. But the person with eyes, ears and tongue, إِنَّ السَّمْعَ وَالْبَصَرَ وَالْفُؤَادَ كُلُّ أُولَٰئِكَ كَانَ عَنْهُ مَسْئُولًا. People with eyes, ears, tongue, hands and feet, they will be questioned. We will be questioned. How did we use our eyes? How did we use our ears? How did we use our tongue? So it could be that the person who came out in this world with disabilities, he might be better off than a person who came with all perfect limbs and organs, because he misused them. So nevertheless, these are ni'mats of Allah Ta'ala. If a person values them, he cares for them, he uses them according to Allah Ta'ala's command, then he can achieve great benefit. With these eyes, he can see Quran Sharif, he can read Quran Sharif, he can learn Quran Sharif. With these ears, he can listen to Quran Sharif. With his tongue, he can make nasihat, he can make ta'lim, he can make tabligh. So these very organs, they can be in our favor and they can be against us also. So nevertheless, the second stage in our life is the life of this world which we are passing. The third stage in our life is the life of the grave. Once we pass away from, what's the meaning of death and what is the meaning of life? Life is the ruh connected with the body. When a person's body, the baby's body is made in the mother's womb, then the ruh is attached with the body and the baby becomes alive in mother's womb, usually in 4 months' time, 120 days, and the body is made, the ruh is connected, and the baby becomes alive. So that is his place of living. That is his world, that is his home. But still, after being alive, he stays in the mother's womb for another 5 months. So he gets food there, he gets his everything, that is his world. And then he comes out after 9 months and he passes worldly life. Now our worldly life, the life of the mother's womb is, we know, usually 9 months. But the life of this world, no one knows. Just like Qiyamah, no one knows when the Qiyamah will come. The Qiyamah is the destruction of the whole world all at once. When a person dies, his Qiyamah has started, meaning his worldly life has finished. So the meaning of life is the ruh being connected with the body, that is life. And death, the life is the ruh is disconnected from the body, that is the death of the body. Just like our electrical appliances, for example fridge and all these things, we plug it in and the current starts to run, that is his life. We take the plug out, then that is the death of the fridge, death of the cooker and everything. So that is a modern example of life and death. Just like these electrical appliances, when the current goes into them, they are alive. And when the current is disconnected, they're dead. It's exactly same with us. We can't see the current. We can see the wire. The current running in the wire we cannot see. Exactly same is with us. We can't see the current, we can't see the ruh. But nevertheless, the ruh is attached with the body, that is life of the body which occurs in the mother's womb. And usually a person comes into this world alive, meaning his body and his ruh is with him, and he can see and he can make movement according to his age, and then he improves and increases. So this is the second stage in our life. And the death, as mentioned, that when the ruh is disattached from, there is no time. That only when a person will reach 70, then the ruh will be disattached. No. We see a baby born and straight away he dies. We see a youth of 10-year-old, 20-year-old dying. The meaning, the ruh has been disconnected. So whether it's 10-year-old, 20, 30, 40, whatever, that is the death of that person. And once a person dies, his worldly life terminates, finishes. And the life of the hereafter starts, meaning the life of the grave, which is alam-e-barzakh wa min wara'ihim barzakhun ila yawmi yub'athun. In front of them is a barzakh until they will be resurrected. So people who have died from time of Adam alayhi salam up till now, they are passing the life of the grave, life of the barzakh, which is usually longer than the worldly life. From Adam alayhi salam up till people who have died, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 800, 8,000 years, they are passing in the grave. And the worldly life in comparison, 60 years, 70, 80, 90, 100. So that is the third stage in a person's life. And the life of the barzakh is a life of ruh, just like a sleeping person who sees a dream, good dream or a bad dream. So the life of the grave is like that. And then the Qayamat is just exactly like the worldly life, meaning with the body and ruh, just we live in this world with our body and ruh connected, same will happen on Qayamat. We'll be brought back to life, our body will be made, our ruh will be connected, and we will be just like in this world. Only difference is, the worldly life is a mixture. There is a happiness and sadness, there is a comfort and troubles. So this is worldly life. But the hereafter is one-sided. The fortunate person who goes into Jannat, then is a happiness and is enjoyment. There is no name of sorrow, no name of anxiety, no name of sadness, illness, anything. And the person who goes into Jahannam, Allahumma fitna, there is a calamity, anxiety, sorrow, sadness and regret. There is no name of happiness. So this is a difference between the life of the Qayamat and the worldly life. The Qayamat life will be exactly same like worldly life. It will be with our body and our ruh. But it will be one-sided. The worldly life is also the ruh and body as we move around. So here we eat, we drink, we sleep. These are the necessities of the body. And we feel happiness, we feel sorrow, sadness. So that is something with the ruh. The body does not feel happiness. The body does not feel sadness. The body does not feel enjoyment. That is connected with the ruh. So the worldly life is, in a way, the life same as hereafter, only difference that the worldly life is a mixture of happiness and sorrow, comfort and trouble. The hereafter life is one-sided. So this is the 4 stages we pass in our life. First one, we passed mother's womb. Second, we are passing whatever years have passed, whatever time has passed, that amount of time has gone out of our life, we cannot bring it back. Whatever we have done, good or bad, then that will decide how we will stay in our grave and in the hereafter. Inshallah, we'll try to explain regarding this. But nevertheless, these are the 4 stages in our life. We're passing the second stage. Somebody may be 20, 25, 30, 40. So we can reflect. How have I passed my 20, whatever life I have passed? And the coming life, how do I want to pass it? If the angel of death comes and says, your time is up, I've come to take you, how do we react? Are we prepared, ready? We become anxious. So the worldly life will decide how we'll stay in the grave and the hereafter. Allah Ta'ala give us tawfiq to value our life, value our time, and make it such that we don't have to regret when that time has passed. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi. Subhanakallah wa bihamdika. Nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta. Nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi. Subhanakallah wa bihamdika. نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك.